Listen to it fizz. First aid for relief from headache, Alka-Seltzer. From acid indigestion, Alka-Seltzer. From cold discomfort, Alka-Seltzer. Alka-Seltzer presents the Quiz Kids and the chief quizzer himself, Joe Kelly. Hey, Bob, what happened? Where are the Quiz Kids and Joe Kelly? Oh, I'm sorry, Frank. I didn't have a chance to tell you. The Quiz Kids and their chief quizzer are seeing autumn splendor firsthand this afternoon from a farm up in the beautiful rolling countryside of northern Illinois. Well, they're all set to let us in on the fun, so here we go to McHenry County to join them. All right, take it away, Joe Kelly on the farm.
Hello, everyone. Well, as you can hear, folks, we're out in the cow barn. Boy, oh, boy. Say, can someone get those cows to quiet down back there? Now, kids, let's take a minute to count noses and be sure everybody's here. Naomi?
I'm Naomi Cooks. I'm 12 years old and in the 8th grade at Grover Cleveland School, Chicago.
Mike?
I'm Mike Mullen. I'm 12 years old and in the 8th grade at the University of Chicago Laboratory School.
Next, we have Joel.
I'm Joel Kupperman. I'm a junior at Roosevelt High School in Chicago.
And Melvin?
I'm Melvin Miles, and I'm 7 years old, and I'm in 2A at Norwood Park School, Chicago, Illinois.
And our littlest farmer, Milia.
All right, even if I'm not the youngest, I'm the littlest one there. I'll say so. My name is Millie Levin, and I'm going to be 8 years old next month, but I'm not quite as tall as Melvin anyhow. And I'm in 4A at the Marshall School.
Well, good for you, and she certainly is a tiny little thing. Now then, I want you kids to meet our host and hostess. Of course, you radio fans all remember Uncle Ezra and Cecilia. And here they are. First, the old jumping Jenny Wren himself, Uncle Ezra.
Oh, Joe, I'll tell you, it's a great pleasure to have the Quiz Kids and all of you up here today. Just fine. It's wonderful.
Well, say, it's just like old times being back with you.
It certainly is, Joe.
And now then, Cecilia, it's your turn to say hello to the folks.
Oh, fine, Joe. And can I invite them all over to our lovely Halloween party?
What? Wait a minute. What'd you say, Halloween party?
Halloween party, yes, sir.
Oh, boy, you bet you can. When's it going to be?
Just as soon as I can get things ready. I'll call you, Joe.
Okay, fine. Well, say, let's see, you got, they must have around 24, 25 cows here, Uncle Ezra.
Yeah, hey, Joe.
Yeah.
Say, I've got a question I'd like to try on these youngsters. Can I do that?
Why, sure. Now, you just go right ahead and see if you can stump them.
Well, now, suppose that 10 of these here cows were walking in a straight line through a meadow. Which cow could say, I'm the second cow from the end?
How about that one, kids? Mike has his hand up.
Oh, the second one.
Oh, now, wait a minute, Melvin.
Well, I don't believe any cow could say that because no cows know how to talk.
How do you like that?
I was afraid. I was afraid it couldn't stump them.
Well, all right, now then, since we're right here in the barn with the cows, you know, it doesn't seem right to let these city children go back home without trying to milk a cow. So how about that? Would you like to have a little help with the milking?
It'd certainly be a big help to me, Joe.
Yeah, all right. Little Millie wants to try her hand at it.
Well, now,
All right, here she is.
They'll do it every time, I'll tell you that. Come on, Nellie. Are you scared now, honey?
No, I'm not afraid.
Well, now, you just sit right there and just
Where?
grab right a hold of the handles right under there now.
Are these the handles?
Yeah, there's the handles right there,
Where?
honey. Right here.
Those
Here's
are
the
the
handles.
handles?
Yeah, those are the handles.
These?
Well, say now you're doing fine.
Well, I've got both of them.
Yeah, you got both of them. Well, that's fine, Mildred.
Well, what should I start now?
Well, now, that's all. That's all you can do now, honey. That's all. That's just fine. Now, you come out with me, but I wouldn't want the cow to step on your little toe.
No.
There, that's fine.
Uncle Ezra.
She's going to be a regular milkmaid.
Why, and she's a pretty little milkmaid, too.
Why,
Say, I'm going to tell you kids something. Now, here's something you may not know, but Uncle Ezra has a cow that gives buttermilk. Now, isn't that right, Uncle Ezra?
That's right. Yes, sir. What else could a cow give buttermilk?
Oh, no.
Oh, that's an old one, Joe.
Yeah. Well, kids, now we're going to leave the barn and take a look at the tractor. You see, Uncle Ezra and I have worked out a tractor obstacle race for you quiz kids, so come on, follow me. That's a ticket. Boy, is this fun. And as we walk along here now, I want to try you kids on a question from Mrs. Aline Riley of New York. She wants you kids to identify 3 trees that change color in the fall. So, let's see. Now, the leaves on what tree change to a very dark red? Mike?
Well, one tree, if they turn to a dark red, is the mimosa tree.
Well, can you think of another one?
See, I think the sycamore trees turn dark red.
Well, let's see. Naomi?
The sugar maple.
Well, yes, that's sort of a bright red. And I'm talking about a sort of a dark red. It's a very popular tree. Now, I'm not trying to be funny. No, I'm not giving you a hint. Mike?
No, I thought he was going to say poplar, too.
Well, I was thinking of the oak tree. It has a very dark red leaf. What usually turns only yellow? All right, Mike?
I think that would be the maple.
Well, let's see now. Wait just a minute. Naomi?
The elm.
The elm, that's what I was thinking of. And what leaves turn to a bright red? Well, of course.
That would be the sugar maple.
That's right, the sugar maple, Now, say, here's the tractor, yeah? And while we get all set for the big tractor race, I'm going to call in that gentleman farmer down in Chicago, our good friend Bob Murphy.
Okay, Joe. And here's what I want to say to the folks up there and all of our friends. You know, you can depend on Alka-Seltzer for quick comfort when a cold is making you miserable. Just follow the simple rules printed on the Alka-Seltzer direction sheet, friends. See how soon Alka-Seltzer helps you to relieve the feverish, achy feeling caused by your cold. We suggest that you rest as much as possible and watch your diet and start taking Alka-Seltzer as directed immediately. And don't forget, if a sore throat is part of your cold misery, gargle with Alka-Seltzer. Just dissolve 2 tablets in a quarter glass of warm water and gargle soothing, pleasant-tasting Alka-Seltzer to relieve the raw, raspy feeling in your throat. It does just that. Try it. Yes, help yourself to fast relief from the misery of a cold with Alka-Seltzer. Get a package at any drugstore and always keep Alka-Seltzer on hand.
And now, kids, on this next question, it's from Mr. R.B. Fritsch of the Farm Implement News in Chicago. And he wonders whether any of you city children have ever ridden a tractor, and if not, he wants us to give you a chance. So Uncle Ezra and I have worked out this tractor obstacle race. Now, you see those 8 bales of hay out there? Well, each 2 of them represents a gate. We'll see if one of you quiz kids can drive in high gear through each of those 4 gates made out of bales of hay without hitting them. And believe me, this is truly an obstacle course because we have staggered the bales, so you will have to do plenty of turning at high speed. Now, first, we'll let Mike try it. Is that all right with you, Mike?
Okay.
All right, fine. And then, just to see whether the farmer's wife can be trusted on a tractor, we'll let Naomi try it. A boy driver versus a girl driver. All right, Mike, you get up there, and the rest of the kids are back on the trailer right back of the tractor here, and Uncle Ezra, he's up here alongside of you on the tractor. Uncle Ezra, now you explain to Mike what he's to do, see?
Well, all Mike has to do now is to just give her the gun, and I'll be right here to see that none of the children get hurt.
That's a good boy. All right. Well, let's start the big old race. Here we go.
Let it go now. All right, Mike.
Hi.
Oh, boy. Watch out. Watch out for that first bale of hay now. Give me the old turn there, boy.
That's the stuff, Mike.
He's doing all right, isn't he? Hey! Uh-oh. One of them. He knocked one of them over, Uncle Ezra, back there.
Yeah, we're doing all right.
We're still out, aren't we?
Yeah.
Better give her the turn now, Mike. That's the stuff. Not too sharp.
That's fine, Mike.
Say, this is more fun than a barrel of monkeys, isn't it?
Yes. Hold right on to her, boy.
Mike, wasn't that a lot of fun?
Well, sure.
You know, you only knocked over 1 bale of hay.
Well.
All right, now you get out now. Let Naomi get up
Right.
there. Yes, sir. We're going to see how the girls do driving a tractor on this tractor obstacle course. That's a girl, Naomi. You're not nervous, are you?
No.
Well, hang on right onto the steering wheel. Now, Uncle Ezra will help you here. All right, you old jumping Jenny Wren. Now you take over here.
We'll get Naomi going. Yes, we're giving her a little handicap. We got her on the curve. Mikey started straight away.
All right.
Ready?
Here we go with the big race for the women's division. Yes, sir. Oh, boy, say. The girls are really going to town. Look at Naomi handle this tractor.
Fine, I'll tell you.
How do you like this, Naomi?
You went through the wrong one.
Well, Naomi's not talking very much right now.
I wish she'd come up and help me with the fall plowing.
Well, now, maybe she will, Uncle Ezra.
Yeah.
Say, the kids back there on the trailer having a big old time.
Ain't they, though?
Yeah.
Oh, it does my heart good to see them.
Well, so far, Naomi has knocked over one bale so far.
Yeah, that darn one.
Well, say, how do you like that? Naomi wins the big race, Uncle Ezra.
Well, hooray for the women folks.
Well, say, that was a lot of fun, wasn't it?
Oh, sure was.
Well, I'll tell you what let's do now. Let you and I get back on the trailer, and maybe we can get Uncle Ezra to give us a ride back to the barn. How about
All right.
How about it, Uncle Ezra?
All righty, toot toot, ready to go.
Well, wait, we'll give you a little toot on the whistle now.
Toot on the tooter, Tommy.
All right, Uncle Ezra, here we are.
Take her away.
Naomi took the
Let's go.
Let's go now. Oh, boy, say, my goodness, everybody's having a wonderful time here. Now, I'll tell you what, kids, on our way back to the barn, I gotta get my foot up here. Yeah, well, now wait just a minute, Millie. While we catch our breath, I'd like to try you on this question from Mrs. Nadine Curtis of Chicago. Who is the present Secretary of Agriculture? Hold your hands up now, Joel.
Let's see, I'm just trying to think of it. Brandon.
Brandon, Charles F. Brandon, that's correct. And who was Secretary before him? Joel?
Clinton P. Anderson.
Clinton P. Anderson. And who was Secretary before him? Joel?
Claude Wickard.
Oh, dear. And that's right. And who was before him? Joel?
Henry Wallace.
That's right. And would you like to continue, Joel?
Don't know no more.
We stop right here? Well, all right. That serves a double purpose. We're going to stop right here because we're here at the barn. Well, here we are. Okay, now we're back at the barn. So, Uncle Ezra, turn off the tractor. That's the old ticket. Don't let her buck now, boy.
Hot ziggity, Joe. Say, I've just thought of another question I'd like to ask the kids.
Well, say, Uncle Ezra, since you're so interested in stumping the quiz kids, I think I should tell you about the awards our sponsor, makers of Alka-Seltzer, gives away every week.
He thinks he has to tell me about that Zenith portable radio. Eh?
Well, now, you wait just a minute. Here's the way it works. When a question is sent in and used on our radio program, the person who sends the question in receives a fine Zenith transoceanic portable radio if the question is answered correctly.
If, huh?
Yeah, that's right.
Well, let him try this one. Kids, on what occasion does the well-dressed farmer wear veil and gloves?
All right, Uncle Ezra, Naomi has her hand up.
Well, could it be if he has bees, if he keeps bees?
Dad, Bernard, that's right, ain't it?
Well,
I didn't stump him, but say, I do get one of those dandy Zenith portables. Isn't that right, Joe?
No, Uncle Ezra, no.
Uh-huh.
Like I said, the person who sends in the question, that only applies to those who mail in questions, Uncle Ezra, see?
Uh-huh.
They get the dandy Zenith transoceanic portable that gives worldwide reception no matter where you are. Now, if it had been amiss, why, the person who mailed that question in, if they had mailed it in and you hadn't asked it, would have had a choice between a Zenith television set and a large console Zenith radio phonograph combination. Say, that television set is the Zenith Buchanan, and it has everything. A new super range chassis to ensure the ultimate in performance, the sensational built-in picture magnet aerial, single knob automatic tuning, and the glare band black tube for clearer pictures. The large console radio phonograph plays all types of records, folks, and has AM and FM radio. So if you would like to win one of these fine Zeniths, send in a question for our radio program. Address your questions to Quiz Kids, Box Y, Chicago 77, Illinois. Now then, for this next question here, Mrs. E.F. Cox of Vivian, Louisiana, she wants you to combine a knowledge of nature with history. Can any of you kids give the name of the male species of a fowl that is the same as the name of a famous explorer? Joel?
Would that be Drake?
That's right, Sir Francis Drake, and Drake is the male name for duck. Now then, give the name of a male bird that is pronounced the same as a man famous in baseball history.
Would that
Joel
be a
again.
Cobb?
That's right, Ty Cobb, and Cobb is the male name for swan. Now for this next question from Mrs. June Miller of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. We're going... going to have a private sale, kids. And as we've been walking around the farm here at Uncle Ezra's, I've picked up a few odd-looking items that you quiz kids are to sell. Each of you will have a turn at being the salesman, and you are to sell your item to Uncle Ezra for his farm. Now, no matter whether you know what the article is or not, you are to convince Uncle Ezra he needs it and tell him just how he can use it on the farm. This is going to be good. Naomi, we're going to begin with you, honey, and here is what you are to sell. Now, here it is right here. Here we are. Yeah. There it is right there. You know what that is, Naomi?
What?
Huh?
No, I think it's for chicks.
For chicks?
I'm not sure, though.
Well, it's sort of a steel mesh proposition, and it goes up, I'd say about 25, 30 feet high. I'm going to step back here and tell the folks out there listening just what it is. Friends, I'm on the mic where the quiz kids can't hear me. Now, I'll let you in on what Naomi has to sell. She's trying to sell Uncle Ezra an all-steel portable corn crib. All right, Naomi, go ahead. Start selling.
Well, whatever it is, it's sure to help you very much on your farm. I mean, you could probably put almost anything inside it, and every farmer should have one. I mean, if your farm looks very modern, and you really can't do without whatever this is, I don't know. And you can certainly use it. It's wonderful. You can't really get along without it, and I'm sure you'll want to buy it, don't you?
Well, Naomi,
I'll buy it. I'll buy it right now. That's a
what
good
can you
sales
use
talk.
it for?
I don't know.
All right. Well,
Be
now
good
then,
to hold eagles in.
Joel, you're next, and here is what you are to sell. Right there. Yeah? Yeah. Well, you know what it is?
Looks like the handle for a plow.
No, I mean the machine right there.
Which one?
Right there. Where that board is leaning on, right there.
Well, it
See?
still looks... Oh,
Right
that
there.
one.
Yeah.
Oh, it still looks like a plow to me.
Well, all right, I'm going to step back here and tell the folks what it really is. Friends, this is a tractor corn cultivator that Joel is going to try to sell Uncle Ezra. All right, Joel, go ahead, start selling.
Well, look at this fine, shining red thing, whatever it is. Just think of all the hours of curiosity that you'll have wondering what it's for. Imagine those hot, boring days on the farm when you have nothing else to do. You can sit there and look out the window at this beautiful thing and wonder, what is this for anyway? So, if you want some interest on the farm, buy this, must be fun. What do we call it? And spend many happy hours.
Well, by golly, that's a good talk now. I believe I'll buy that, too. It belongs here, but I'll buy it over again.
Well, Joel, in case you don't know, that is a tractor corn cultivator. All right, you really bought some, Uncle Ezra. Now, Melvin, let's see, young man. You're next here, and we have this for you to sell. Do you know what it is?
Well, no, Mr. Kelly, it looks like the top or the cow's milk or something.
Well, see, now he's
That's
pretty
pretty close.
warm, yes, Well, I better step back here and really tell the folks out there listening what it is. Friends, it's a milk strainer, so you can see where Melvin was pretty warm. So, all right, Melvin, you start selling Uncle Ezra now.
Go right ahead, Melvin.
Well, this is something very wonderful, and no farmer could be without it. Your farm would just be nothing. People would be laughing at it if you don't have this beautiful, wonderful item.
Really necessary, isn't it?
Yes, of course. I can't tell you what it is. It's your job to think of what it is.
Uh-huh. Well, I'll buy it, Melvin.
All right.
I think that's mighty fine sales talk. Yes, sir.
Well, say, Uncle Ezra, this sale is really going to town, isn't it,
I'm pretty broke.
Mike, all right, of course, Melvin, you, as I told you, were pretty warm about that. That's a milk strainer. Yeah, Now, Mike, here's what you're supposed to sell. Do you know what this is?
Yes, it's the end of a pitchfork for pitching hay.
Well, no. You're
He's pretty warm, though.
Oh, yes, he's
Yeah.
warm. Well, I'm going to step back. Excuse me just a minute. Folks, Mike has a silo fork, but it's about an 8 or 10-pronged fork that he's going to try to sell Uncle Ezra. All right, Mike, start selling.
You can't be without this wonderful pitcher. It helps you with everything. You can stick it in the ground and do everything with it.
Pick
It'll
up a
help
lot
you
of
quite
things.
a bit on your farm.
Uh-huh. Well, what else is good for?
And you can pitch hay with it.
That's right.
Do various jobs with it and unload wagons with it and things like that.
Well, that's right. It is a handy little gadget, I'll tell you.
Are you buying it, Uncle Ezra?
Yes, sir, I'm buying it. Anybody else got anything to say? I'll buy that,
wait
too.
just a minute. Say, by the way, Mike, that was a silo fork that you were trying to sell, Uncle Ezra. So you were warm on that. And now then, here's our little honey bun, Millia. And Millia, this is what we have for you to sell.
What thing?
Oh, look. Now, you know what it is?
Oh, I know what it is. It's a puppy.
A little puppy. Isn't he a
nice
cutie
one?
pie?
Oh, yes. Uncle Ezra, you'll certainly need this on your farm. It'll be such a good friend for you.
Well, I've got about 8 or 9. Do I have to buy another one?
Well, it would be real nice of you. It's a nice puppy.
He is a pretty little bugger, ain't he?
Yes.
Well, I'll buy him. I've got lots of dogs around here, but one more won't do any harm.
All right, well, hang on to him now, Millia. That was fun.
The
Well,
puppy almost fell off.
well, I should say so, and I think all of you kids were super
This is
deluxe
funny.
salesmen.
This is the funniest thing.
Well, it sure is. We're having a big old
I
time.
think I know why you saved me for last, so I could have the funniest thing of all to sell.
Oh, she's cute,
But
isn't
the
she?
puppy is cute, too.
Yes, you bet.
Yes.
She said the puppy is cute, too.
Isn't
Well, all
he
right,
sweet?
now we got a lot of other questions here, so listen, kids. Now, try this one from Mrs. Catherine Stone of Miami, Florida. If you should meet these authors along a country road and each was carrying a basket filled with a farm product about which each had written a book, what would you find in their baskets? Now, first, Betty McDonald. All right, Millia.
Me?
Yes.
Eggs?
Well, why do you say eggs, honey?
I don't know. I just think eggs.
Well, say, your thinker's working all right. Now, let's clear this up a little bit. All right, Mike.
Well, that author wrote The Egg and I.
That's right. Betty McDonald wrote The Egg and I. Well,
I just thought.
well, say, your guesser's working all right. Now, how about John Steinbeck? What would you find in the basket? Joel?
He wrote The Grapes of Wrath, so it'll be grapes.
Grapes, that's right. And the last one is Mark Twain. All right, Mark Twain. Naomi.
That would be Huckleberry Finn.
So,
he would have huckleberries.
huckleberries in the basket. That's right. Well, now, look, this wouldn't be a complete visit to the farm if we didn't visit the pigs. And I understand from Uncle Ezra that he has a litter of pigs, so let's take a look at them. And by the way, as you've heard, we're going to have a Halloween party this afternoon, and this coming Tuesday night is going to be the big party night. Now, how about it, Bob Murphy, back there in Chicago? Is there going to be a Halloween party at your house?
Well, could be. You know, grown-ups enjoy celebrating Halloween just about as much as the kids do.
Yes, they do. Indeed, they do. You can believe me. I know.
Now, whoop, wait a minute. Where did that come from?
I'm the ghost of acid indigestion, Murphy, and I'm here to tell you that I, too, am looking forward to a great time on Tuesday night. Just think of the folks who are going to eat and drink more than usual. Stay up later than usual. I'll be so busy I'll have to hire some extra help. I'll be haunting some of those poor souls all night Tuesday. And into the middle of Wednesday morning.
Now, wait a minute, son. You're doing your act in the wrong spot. This is the Alka-Seltzer program. And the folks you're talking to know that Alka-Seltzer offers really fast, really effective relief from acid indigestion. And here's something else. When they've been out late, had late refreshments, and acid indigestion threatens, they take Alka-Seltzer before they go to bed because they know the relief it gives. Helps them sleep better, wake up feeling better next morning. So, look, Mr. Ghost, you're wasting your time here.
Well, now, wait. There must be some way.
There is a way to get rid of you, Mr. Ghost of acid indigestion, and here it is. The good old Alka-Seltzer Fizz.
Hey, Murph, no, not that, no.
Well, here we are at the Pigpen. Well, Uncle Ezra, now, didn't you say the kids could feed the pigs?
Why, sure. I give Melvin some corn there. Throw it right in there to him, Melvin. There.
Well, don't he have to
Pig,
say something?
Pig, yeah. We call him Melvin.
Pig.
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 Hey, pig.
Say it real loud so we hear
Pig.
you. Say, hooey, hooey.
Hi.
Oh, you're not going on a ship now. Ahoy, you said there. Say, Millia, where's little Millia? Oh, here she is right here. Well, look, honey, would you like to pet one of the pigs?
Pet one of them? I wouldn't know. Would you let me?
Well, would you like to?
I wouldn't know. Let me see how they feel to pet them, then I'll know.
Wait just a minute. Maybe we can get a hold of one of them here. Say, I want to ask you something, Uncle Ezra. That little frisky one over there, the spotted one, do you have a name for him?
Oh, yes. His name is Inky.
Inky?
Yeah.
What do you call him Inky for?
Oh, because he's always running out of the pen.
Come and get it. Come and get it.
Uh-oh, kids, there's Cecilia. Wowie, she has the donuts and apples and cider all ready for the Halloween party. So we better start wending our way towards the house. And while we do that, we'll switch our program all the way to Washington, D.C. to hear from someone important who has been listening to us today. Dr. Karma A. Mowry of Clarksburg, Virginia, President of the National Education Association of the United States.
Thank you, Mr. Kelly, and hello, Quiz Kids. It's been a wonderful educational experience for all you city youngsters to get out on the farm today and to learn a little about farm life. I've enjoyed every minute of it myself, just listening. I saw in the paper that next Sunday you Quiz Kids are going to compete with eminent representatives of the American Legion. That also will be an exciting program, I'm sure. But I will be doubly interested because it's the beginning of American Education Week. And the American Legion, along with the United States Office of Education and the National Congress of Parents and Teachers, are cooperating with us of the National Education Association in sponsoring the event. Nearly all the schools in the United States will hold open house for an entire week, starting a week from today, November the 5th to the 11th. And every parent and citizen is urged to visit his schools and to see how they are serving as workshops of democracy. The theme of the week, Government of, by, and for the People, fits precisely into the needs of the hour. Teachers and pupils will be expecting you to visit them during American Education Week. And Mr. Kelly, before we get back to your Halloween party, may I say that your weekly Quiz Kids programs and your annual Best Teacher Contest continue to point up the vital importance of learning and teaching in our American life. They show that scholarship has not gone out of style, that expert performance counts. This is very encouraging to us in the teaching profession, and as president of the National Education Association, I'm glad to voice my appreciation to you and your sponsor.
Thank you, Dr. Mowry. Wish you could be here to enjoy our party. Come on in the house, kids. That's the old ticket. Oh, say, Cecilia has cider and donuts for us, and my, look at those beautiful, shiny red apples. But say, look at that clock over there. It's just about time to say goodbye to our radio friends. But before we do, let's hear one of your thoughts for the day, like you used to sign off your little 5 water down in Rosedale, huh?
Well, all right, Joe. Quiet, everybody. We came into this world naked and bare. We go through the world with sorrow and care. We go out of this world we know not where, but if we're thoroughbreds here, we'll be thoroughbreds there.
Good old Uncle Ezra. That was a mighty fine thought for the day, Uncle Ezra, and for every day. Now we know all the folks around here in the neighborhood know you as Pat and Nora Barrett. But to us and all of your radio friends, you'll always be lovable Uncle Ezra and Cecilia. And we do want to thank you very, very much for having us out here this afternoon on this wonderful farm of yours. It's been a wonderful experience, one we'll never forget. Now, friends, remember next Sunday, the Quiz Kids will compete with 5 prominent representatives of the American Legion, and there'll be plenty of excitement in school, so plan to be with us, won't you? That's next Sunday afternoon. Until then, this is Joe Kelly saying goodbye, kids.
Bye.
Goodbye, Mr. Kelly.
Goodbye, Uncle Ezra and Cecilia.
Goodbye, Joe.
Mother's one-a-day brand multiple vitamins taken every day ensures against vitamin deficiency. Lack of vitamins pulls you down, makes you feel dull and listless, often develops into vitamin deficiency disease. Take care of yourself and your family. See that every member takes one-a-day brand multiple vitamins every day. Be sure it's one-a-day brand in the blue package with the big 1. The vitamins whose potency is guaranteed by the makers of Alka-Seltzer. Listen to the Quiz Kids coast to coast every Sunday afternoon and see and hear Alka-Seltzer's Quiz Kids television show on NBC. Consult your local newspaper for time and station. This program has come to you by transcription. This is Bob Murphy speaking.